welcome back to Bounce Around Charleston. That was some wonderful music you just heard, and that's the type of music you will hear at the 6th Annual Charleston Jazz Jam, hand in hand. And I have standing here with me Dennis Fassuliotis, and you're the founder of the Charleston Jazz Club.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Bounce Around Charleston.
Randolph, thank you very much.
Okay, now you're here to tell us about the Hand in Hand, which is a tribute to Mother Emanuel Church family.
Yes, sir.
First, tell us about the Jazz Club, and then we'll talk about the Hand in Hand.
Certainly. Well, the Jazz Club was founded about 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Kind of out of frustration with the local real estate business before it was a booming enterprise again.
So that means you are a realtor.
I'm a realtor and a contractor,
Okay,
yes, sir.
okay.
And out of frustration, I started a page on Facebook called the Charleston Jazz Club.
Okay.
And suddenly I had hundreds of people
It blew up.
that had a common interest, and we were just amazed that that we were suddenly in the mainstream of jazz in Charleston.
You know, I often tell people, if you want folk to know what you're doing, put it on Facebook.
That's right. That's right. Fortunately, we started our first year. We went out and I was introduced to Eddie White, who was the founder of Awandale Green.
Okay.
And I asked him what he was doing for jazz, and he said he hadn't really been doing much.
Okay.
So he offered me a date in November. I said, well, what we need to do is have a jam. Nobody is jamming in Charleston anymore.
No one's jamming in Charleston.
And it's a foundation, it's a cornerstone of jazz where young people play with more experienced players. More experienced players teach the younger folks, and it's just part of the history of jazz.
And you know, in many of your restaurants, you can hear that wonderful music when you go to dine.
That's right, that's right. And it's all because Charleston has a very rich jazz history.
Okay.
We're actually one of the founding contributing sources to jazz in America as the development of jazz as an American music form. Thanks to the good folks at Jenkins Orphanage and many of their good their efforts in their formative years, they had 3 orchestras that traveled,
Yes.
one locally, one nationally, and another
Yes.
internationally, raising funds for the orphanage. And many of these players went on to become the great sidemen of the big bands, and left Charleston and followed the tracks of the genre up the Mississippi, out to New Orleans, up the Mississippi to Chicago, and then ultimately New York. A fellow like Jabbo Smith was from Charleston, contemporary and a rival of Louis Armstrong.
Okay. Well, now, so you're going to take this wonderful music. You and some of your friends, you all have gotten together, and you now will have something called Hand in Hand.
Yes, sir.
To honor the families of Mother Emanuel.
We are.
Tell us
yes.
about that event.
That actually is it's a wonderful event. It's a networking. It's essentially a networking meeting for musicians and fans. It's the way we reach out to the community to bring the community together and to introduce new musicians to those that are established in the area, introduce the music to people that may not have heard it. We try to focus on many of the standards, that we've all come to know and love as jazz standards in the music. And so, the event has just mushroomed into an outreach program.
Okay, so you're going to bring all this music together, and you're going to have a wonderful event. When?
Our Hand in Hand will be held on October 18th, Sunday, from 5 to 9 p.m.
5 to 9.
At Bowen's Island Restaurant.
Okay.
It's free to the public.
Now, where's Bowen's Island?
Bowen's Island is on James Island, just on the way to Folly Beach.
Okay, and we will come there to to the restaurant, and we will hear wonderful jazz music.
Yes, sir.
In honor of the members and the church members and the families of Mother Emanuel.
That's right. And although we are a free event, we are encouraging attendance to, perhaps write a little check to the Mother Emanuel Scholarship Fund.
Okay.
We obviously we are interested in benefiting their organization. Mother Emanuel has been such an inspiration to our local community, and the grace that they showed in the face of the adversity that they face.
Okay, and now so it's a free admission, but hopefully they'll make a donation, and all this will happen on The 18th.
Sunday the 18th.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
well, they've heard the music already, but they're going to hear more from this jazz band. Okay, we'll be right back after this break.